Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. I am Neha Paryani. In this session, we are going to start with a new topic, that is death of a partner. So we will be discussing concept and calculation of share of profit of the deceased partner. Okay, and we will solve 4 problems in total on this topic, right? But before going to this topic, let us try to understand the concept here. Okay, so up to now we have discussed about the basic concepts of partnership. We have discussed about when what are the accounting treatment to be done when the partner is going to be admitted into the firm. So we have completed admission, we have completed retirement also. Now we have death of a partner. Okay, so let us just briefly discuss about all the 3 cases. Okay, in the admission case, what happens is, so when a new partner is joined into the business, he will bring amount in 2 forms, that is capital and goodwill, right? So this amount of goodwill which is brought by the new partner, this will be distributed to the existing partners, right? Suppose A and B, okay? This amount of goodwill will be distributed among the existing partners in the sacrificing ratio, okay? Now in case of retirement, what happens is, in case of retirement, whenever a partner is retiring from the firm, he's again take away certain amount. Okay, so he will take away his capital, whatever is left. Okay, then his value of goodwill also, because he also has worked hard to gain goodwill for the firm. Okay, so certain share of his goodwill will be taken away by the retiring partner. Okay, now here the remaining partners, suppose A and B, are contributing him certain amount. Okay, so these people are now contributing to the retiring partner in gaining ratio. Okay, this is what happens. Now in case of death of a partner, okay, in case of death of the partner, again we have to give certain amount to the deceased partner. The partner who is died, we call him as a deceased partner. Okay, so here it's not deceased, it's not disease, it's deceased. Okay, so this, we spell it like this: the partner who is died will be known as the deceased partner. Okay, so we also have to give certain amount to the deceased partner. Now we cannot give that amount to that particular person, right? Because he's already died. So we have to pay this amount to the legal representatives of the deceased partners. Okay, so legal representatives can be anyone from the family members. It could be his son, his daughter, his wife, or parents. Okay, it could be anyone. So these are also known as executors of the deceased partners. Okay, so certain amount on the death of a certain partner should be given. So we'll give the capital amount, then we'll also give goodwill. Okay, we'll do all the methods same like we have done in the retirement. Okay, so we'll also distribute if any interest on capital is there, any salary or any bonus or any commission to be paid. All these things will be transferred to the legal or given to the legal representatives of the deceased partner. Okay, now the only one thing that is extra should be paid to the legal representatives is share of profits till the date of death of that partner. Okay, now suppose the our accounting year starts from 1st of April, right? 1st of April, and it will end at 31st of March. Okay, so assume this is the whole year, right? Now death can happen at any point of time, right? There is no particular time for death. For retirement, we can know from prior that a partner is going to retire. Why? Because the partner has to give a notice before his retirement. Okay, so usually the partner will retire at the end of the accounting year. Okay, from next year onwards he will not join the business, but in most of the cases this happens, right? Now death is not certain, death does not come with notice, right? Any partner can die at any point of time, at any day during the year. Okay, suppose assume a partner here is dying on 6th of July, in the middle of the accounting year. Okay, so from 1st April to 6th of July, the firm must have made some profits or losses, right? So firm is carrying on the business activities. It means the firm has made certain profits, even though the amount may be very less, but there will be some profits. Okay, if there are no profits, at least there will be some losses. Okay, so out of these profits or losses, the deceased partner should be given his share. This is the one thing which is extra here. This does not happen in case of retirement. Clear? Now this profit or loss should be transferred to the deceased partner's capital account. Okay, we already know when we prepare the capital accounts. So if there are profits, we record it on the debit side, sorry, in the credit side, and if there are losses, we record it on the debit side. Right? Now this profit should also be recorded on the debit side of the deceased partner's capital account, but in the name of P&L suspension account. Okay, we have to remember this name. I'll write it here. P&L suspense account. Okay, this name is very important. Okay, like how we transfer the profit on revaluation, profit from the old balance sheet, like similarly we have to transfer this profit or loss also to the deceased partner. This thing does not happen in case of retirement. Okay, we have to remember this. So we'll transfer it as P&L suspense account. Okay, assume this profit, so I'll write it here neatly. Okay, if there is profit, then we'll record on the credit side as P&L suspense account, certain amount of profit. Okay, then if there is loss, we'll again write it on the debit side as P&L suspense account and amount of loss. Clear? So now what we have to do, we have to find out this share of profit of the deceased partner. Okay, first of all, we should find the profit till date of death of the firm. So when we'll find the profit for the firm, out of that we have to find out the deceased partner's share. Okay, so that amount will be given to him and it will be shown in the deceased partner's capital account. Okay, so now let's talk about the accounts we need to prepare. Okay, in case of admission, we prepared first revaluation account, right? After that, we prepared partners, capital accounts, right? Then at last, we prepared balance sheet. Okay, so in complete problem, we did these three accounts. Okay, then in case of retirement, so first again we prepared the revaluation account. Okay, then secondly we prepared same partners capital accounts. Okay, third thing we also prepared the balance sheet. Okay, and one account was new in case of retirement, that is partners loan account. Okay, so this was not in case of admission, so this one thing was new here. Okay, now let's talk about the death of partner. So in this case, let's see which are the accounts we need to prepare. Okay, so here there are certain changes. First of all, revaluation account to be prepared. So this is same like we do in case of admission and retirement. Okay, now the second thing is we have to prepare only deceased partners capital account. Okay, so this point is very important here. In case of admission and retirement, what we did, we used to prepare a combined partners capital account of all the partners of the firm, right? So we used to draw something like this. Okay, if there are three partners. Okay, but here what we have to do, we just have to prepare the partners capital account of the deceased partner and not all the partners. Okay, so this is the change here. Whereas the accounting treatment methods, everything will be same. Here we are just preparing for the deceased partner. In case of admission and retirement, we prepared for all the partners. Okay, then after this third thing, we don't have to prepare balance sheet here. Okay, so in both of the cases we have prepared balance sheet, but in case of death of a partner we need not prepare the balance sheet. We'll directly go for executors account. Okay, so as I already told you, who are the executors? They are the legal representatives of the deceased partner. Okay, so this executors account is very similar to partner's loan account. Okay, we'll prepare partner's loan account in case of retirement. Same account we'll prepare in case of death with the name executors account. So this was about the concept of death of a partner. Okay, now we have to find out the share of profit, right? This one thing is the new. We have to learn this, how to calculate the share of profit of the deceased partner till the date of his death. Okay, so we'll do this now. Right now, the share of profit can be found by actually two methods. Okay, first method is this one, by time method, or you can also tell that as on the basis of time. Okay, so you can also call it like any way you want. Okay, so first is time method. Now here usually what happens is, so here the profits of the previous year will be given. Okay, assume the profit of previous year is 10,000 rupees, right? So on the basis of that, on the basis of the previous year profit, I will try to find out the profit for the current year. Okay, suppose from 1st April to our partner died on 30th of June. Okay, suppose. Okay, so April, May, June, for 3 months we will try to find out the profit for the firm on the basis of the previous year profit. Clear? Now if only one previous year profit is given, we'll just take this amount. If more than 1 year, like 2 or 3 years previous year's profits are given, then again we'll find out an average profit. Okay, out of that average profit we will try to find out the current year's profit. After finding current year's profit, we will find out the deceased partner's share out of it. Okay, so we'll do this problem, then you can clearly understand. Okay, so the question is, Akash, Prakash and Suraj were partners in a firm sharing profits in 1:1:1 ratio. That is nothing but equally. Okay, Suraj died on 1st of July 2014. Okay, so the third partner is going to die here. Okay, the profits for the year 2013-14 were rupees 3 lakh. Okay, calculate Suraj's share of profits. Right now, one thing I'd like to tell you here, that the dates are very important here. Okay, you should be knowing which is the current year and which is the previous year. Okay, so here our partner is dying on 1st of July 2014, right? So our accounting period starts from 1st of April 2014 in this case to 31st March 2015. This is our current year. Okay, whereas we should also be knowing the previous year, PY, current year and previous year. Okay, so previous year will be from 1st of April 2013 to 31st March 2014, right? So in our question, the profits for the year 2013-14 are given. It means profit for previous year are given, that is 3 lakh rupees. Right, so with the help of this, now we have to find out the profit for the current year. Okay, so from 1st of April to when the partner is died on 1st of July, it means still the July month has not started. Okay, so we'll exclude July month from 1st of April to 30th of June. Okay, for the period of 3 months we have to find out the profits. Okay, so how we will do that? Profits for previous year are given, that is 3 lakh rupees. Okay, we want profits for 3 months now. For the current year, we are assuming that we are going to earn the same profits this year also. We are assuming like that. Okay, so for 3 months, how much it would be? 3 divided by 12. Okay, 3 lakh into 3 divided by 12, right? So when we will simplify this, we'll get the value as 75,000 rupees. So our firm is going to earn 75,000 rupees profit from 1st of April 2014 to 30th of June 2014. Now this is the profit for whole firm, right? What we are asked to find out? We are asked to find out the Suraj share of profit. Suraj's share of profit. This partner is going to die, right? So we have to find out his share. So how we can do it? Total profits are 75,000 multiplied by share of Suraj. Okay, so share of Suraj is 1 out of 3, right? So 1 divided by 3. When we'll simplify this, we'll get the value as 25,000. So this is share of Suraj. Okay, so this 25,000 rupees will appear in the Suraj capital account or deceased partner's capital account on the credit side as P&L suspense account rupees 25,000. Okay, I hope it's clear. Now let's have a look at the second problem. So here Priya, Karan and Anna were partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2:1. Okay, Karan died on 30th of September 2013, right? His share of profit till date of his death will be calculated on the basis of average profits of last 3 completed years. Profits for last 3 years were rupees 30,000, rupees 70,000 and rupees 80,000. Okay, now if you can see the difference in the previous problem and the current problem, it's that in previous problem only one previous year profits were given, which was rupees 3 lakh. Okay, here they have given us the profits of 3 previous years and they are telling that his share of profit should be calculated on the basis of average profit of last 3 years. Okay, so here we should not take only the previous year, but we should find out the average profit of all these 3 years. Okay, but before going for solution, you should be very clear with the current year and the previous year. So our current year is, he's dying on 30 September 2013, right? So our current year will be from 1st of April 2013 to 31st March 2014. Okay, so previous year date they have not mentioned, but they have given profits of last 3 previous years. Okay, so no problem. So as I told you, first of all we have to find out the average. So you all must be knowing how to find the average. It's very easy, right? So 30,000 plus 70,000 plus 80,000. Take all the profits of the previous years. In case there is loss in any year, then we would not add it, we will deduct it. Okay, divided by number of years, so that is 3. Okay, so the total here will be rupees 1,80,000. If we divide it by 3, we'll get the average profits as rupees 60,000. So this is average profits. Now on the basis of average profits, we have to find out the profits for the current year. Okay, so profits for current year is equal to 60,000 rupees is the average profits into how many months? See, from 1st April to, right, from 1st April to the partner is going to die on the 30th of September. So September month is also completed, right? So we should include September also. So from April to September, he was there for 6 months in our business organization. So for 6 months, we have to find out the profits. 6 divided by 12. Okay. So when we will simplify this, we'll get the value as rupees 30,000. Now this 30,000 rupees is the profits for the firm. Okay, out of this we have to find out the deceased partner's share. Okay, so what is the old ratio what is the ratio given in the question? 3:2:1. Okay, Karan is going to die, right? Karan is the second partner, so his share is 2. 2 out of 6, right? 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 1 is 6. So 2 divided by 6. Right, so again when we'll simplify this, we'll get the value as rupees 10,000. This is share of profit of Karan. Again this would appear on the credit side of the partner's capital account as P&L suspense account. rupees 10,000. Clear? On the credit side. Now the second method that we have for finding out profit is by sales method. Okay, or you can also say on the basis of sales. Okay, now in this method what happens is the sales and profit of the previous year will be given. Okay, certain amount of sales will be given, and profit will also be given. Certain amount of profit will also be given. Okay, so here we have to find out the profit percentage or profit margin. Okay, suppose I'm telling that in the previous year I sold 100 units. Okay, I sold 100 units. For that I got 8 rupees as profit. For 100 rupees I'm getting 8 rupees as profit. Okay, so here we can easily say that 8% is the profit margin. Clear? But if this figure is odd, suppose something like 73,000 rupees was the sales, and out of that I got 11,500 rupees as profit. Now in this case it's quite difficult to manually find the percentage. Okay, so what we can do is we can use a formula, right? So we can use a formula that is profit divided by sales into 100. We can use this. Okay, so now you can use the calculator and find out certain profit percentage. Okay, now this percentage is very important. Okay, on the basis of this profit percentage or profit margin, we are going to find out the profit for the current year. Okay, so we will be knowing the sales of our business organization, right? Whenever the partner dies, till that date we will be knowing what all the sales we have made. We will have the sales figure, and if we have this profit percentage, then with the help of this percentage we can easily find out the profit for the firm. Okay, so that is what we are going to do in this method, right? So we'll solve this question, so we'll understand that A, B and C were partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:2:1. Okay, C died on 30th of June 2017, right? Profits and sales for the year ended 31st March 2017 were rupees 1 lakh and rupees 10 lakh respectively. Okay, as I told you, profit and sales for previous year are given. Sales during April to June 2017 were rupees 1,50,000. Okay, you are required to calculate share of C up to the date of his death. Okay, before going to solution, let's write down the current year and previous year. Okay, so here the current year is partner is going to die on 30th of June 2017. Means the year started from 1st April 2017 to 31st March 2018. Right? What would be the previous year now? 1st of April 2016 to 31st March 2017. Okay, so for this date, the profits and sales are given. Profits are rupees 1 lakh and sales are 10 lakh. Right? So as I already told you, with the help of the formula, we can find out the percentage, profit percentage. So 1 lakh rupees is the profit, divided by sales is 10 lakh into 100. Okay, when we will simplify this, we'll get the profit percentage as 10 percentage. So in the previous year, whatever the sales we made, on that we have earned 10 percentage. So we are assuming that in the current year also, whatever the sales we are going to do, we are again going to get a minimum of 10 percentage as profit. Okay, now in question, the sales of current year are given, right? So directly from April to June, when the partner is going to die, from April to June they have given the sales. Okay, that is 1,50,000. It's the amount of sales. Now we also know the profit percentage, so we can simply multiply that. 1,50,000 into 10 divided by 100, right? So that would be rupees 15,000. So this is the profit that our firm is going to make from April to June. Okay, this is the profit of the firm. We are asked to calculate C's share. Okay, so again 15,000 full profit into his share. C's share is here. C's share is 1 divided by 5, right? 1 by 5. So if we simplify this, we'll get the value as 3,000 rupees. So C's share of profit till the date of his death is rupees 3,000. Clear? Then at last we have this problem. Okay, actually this is not related to sales method. This is similar to the very first problem that we have done, but there's a slight change here. Okay, so we'll see the question, then we'll understand. A, B and C are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2:1. Okay, B died on 30th of June 2017. For the year ended March 31, 2018, proportionate profits of 2017 is to be taken into consideration. Okay, they are telling that for finding profits for 2018, we have to take the proportionate profit of 2017 into consideration. That is what we usually do, right? During the year ended March 31st, 2017, bad debts of rupees 2,000 had to be adjusted. Now we have a new thing here called bad debts. Okay, the profits for the year ended 31st March 2017 was rupees 14,000 before adjustment of bad debts. Okay, calculate B's share of profit till his death. Now here again, very important to know the current year and the previous year. Okay, partner is going to die on 30th of June 2017, means our current year starts from 1st April 2017. It will end at 31st March 2018. Okay, previous year will be 1st April 2016 to 31st March 2017. Okay, now in this question, for this date they have given profit and bad debts. Both the things have been given for this date, year ended 31st March 2017, right? So now what we have to do, we know that bad debts are our losses, right? Bad debts is the money that we are not going to recover from our debtors, so it's the loss to us. Okay, so total profits are 14,000 rupees. In this we have to deduct the bad debts, minus 2,000. Okay, so now actual profits for the year 2017 are rupees 12,000. On the basis of this, we have to find out the profits for the year 2017-18. Clear? So how we will do that? 12,000 rupees is the total profits into, we need time here. Okay, so from 1st April to partner died on 30th of June. So June should be included. So partner was there in the business organization for 3 months, April, May and June. Okay, so for 3 months we have to find out the profit. 3 divided by 12, right? So how much that would be? It would be rupees 3,000. Now this is the profit of the firm from 1st April to 30th June. Again we are asked to find out only B's share. Okay, so 3,000 into his share is, B is the second partner, right? So into 2 divided by 6. Okay, that would be rupees 1,000. So B's share of profit is rupees 1,000. Clear? So when we have bad debts in the question, we should deduct it because it's the loss. Then we'll find out the actual profit for the previous year. Out of that, we can find out the profit till date of death for the current year. Out of that, we will find out the deceased partner's share of profits. Okay, so this was all about today. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel. You can ask any doubts in the comment section below. Okay, thanks for watching.